It's been 146 days since I started the herb garden kit in my Aero garden. I've had a ton of success and have grown some really tasty herbs, but I think it's time to try something different with the Aero garden. So today I'm going to set up the seed starting system with some different seeds that I'm going to plant outside into my garden later on. Stick around. This is In the Garden. Thanks for joining me. Whether you are a new viewer or a returning subscriber, I'm glad you're here. This is In the Garden, where I share tips and tools to help new gardeners be successful in backyard vegetable gardening. Today, we're inside and we're talking about the Aero Garden. This is actually the 6th video in my full review of the Aero Garden. Today, I'm going to be setting up the seed starting system. The seed starting system is a special tray that's designed for your Aero garden that allows you to plant whatever types of seeds you want to grow seedlings to transplant out into your garden later on. I'm going to be planting a variety of flowers and vegetables together in the seed starting tray to try to get a feel for how it works with all the different types of plants. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button so I know you're enjoying the videos. And if you're new here, consider subscribing so you can get all my latest content. Now let's get started. First, I'm just going to talk about the seed starting system really quickly and kind of give you an idea of what it is in case you're not familiar with it. The seed starting system is just a special tray that's made for your Aero garden. Each Aero garden is a different shape and size, so make sure if you're purchasing one of these, you get the one that's compatible with the Aero garden you have. I have the AeroGarden Harvest Elite Slim, so that's the model that I purchased in the seed starting system. The seed starting system is basically just this tray, and it has, instead of having just a hole in the top, it actually has pieces to hold the grow sponge in place. And it also has way more holes on top than the normal seed tray has. For seed starting, the Harvest Elite Slim can actually start 23 seeds at the same time. The grow deck on the normal system is only 6 pods, so you get a lot more in the seed starting system. But obviously, as these seeds start to grow, they're not going to fit in this tray this closely together. These are less than a finger width apart, so as these plants grow, they're going to need to be removed and transplanted pretty quickly. Also included in the seed starting system was another container of the liquid plant food. The grow sponges are 100% biodegradable, so once you've started your seedlings, you can actually just take them out with the grow sponge and everything and just plant them directly into your garden. I'll try to give you a look at the grow sponge and see if you can see what it looks like. In the instructions, it says that it's best to pre-soak the grow sponges before you plant. It says to do that for up to 24 hours, but I didn't read that ahead of time, so I wasn't prepared to do that. But I still need to clean up all the growth that's already in my Aero garden, so I'm going to get those soaking and let them soak while I get this all cleaned up and ready to replant. I've gotten the Aero garden all cleaned up. I got the herbs taken out, the tray all cleaned, and I'm ready to start putting the seed starting tray into the Aero garden. There's a few steps you need to go through. First, the existing tray that was on your Aero garden, you're just going to want to put this aside. You're going to need to make sure you save it so when you want to plant pods again, you have the tray to use. Next, inside of your Aero garden unit, where the water pumps up, there's this little piece that sticks up that actually gets the water up into the tray for the regular pods. You're going to want to remove that. To remove it, you're just going to grab it and pull it up. It should come off pretty easily. If it's not coming off easily, be careful so you don't accidentally break anything. Make sure you don't lose this. Probably put it somewhere safe in a Ziploc bag or something and store it with the tray because you're going to need this also when you put that tray back in later on. Next, you're going to put the grow sponges back into the seed starting tray, and then you're going to put that into the AeroGarden unit. Once the sponges are in the tray and the tray is in the AeroGarden, you're going to fill up the AeroGarden with water up to the fill to here marker. You can pre-fill it a little bit, but don't fill it all the way up, because when you put these grow sponges in, it's going to make the water level rise. You don't want to overfill it. So fill it up partially, then put the grow sponges and deck back into the AeroGarden, and then finish filling it through the water fill spot. When putting the grow sponges in, be sure that you're putting the narrow side down into the AeroGarden unit and leaving the whole part on top where the seed's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and put the power back on so that I'll have the light while I finish planting the seeds. Now I have it all set up and I'm ready to start putting seeds in. I have a variety of seeds that I'm going to grow in my AeroGarden this time. Again, you can grow anything you want in the seed starting system. The seeds I've selected are a variety of tomato, watermelon, 2 types of hatch chili, and some flowers, California poppies, and also snapdragons. So I have a variety of things I'm going to try growing in it just to make sure that they all work well so that you guys get a full review of how this actually performs. If you're planting multiple things in your seed starting system, you're going to want to make sure that you keep track of what you're planting where. A good idea would be just to get a piece of paper and make a chart that looks just like the seed starting tray and write down what you put into each spot. It's going to be really easy to get confused as things start sprouting, especially if you've never grown your own seeds before, because you'll find out really soon that seeds right when they've germinated actually look really similar, even across a wide variety of plants. So make sure you keep track of what you're planting where as you're going. You're going to put 1 to 2 seeds in each of the grow sponges. And you're just going to drop them directly down into the hole inside the center of the grow sponge. Now I've got all my seeds into the seed starting tray ready to go. The next step is to add some plant food. You're going to use the same plant food that you use for your normal AeroGarden seed pods, but you're actually going to use half as much. No matter which model of AeroGarden you have, whatever the normal amount you would use with the pods, just divide that in half, and that's how much you're going to use while starting seeds in the seed starting system. The last step is to reset the unit so it knows you've put in new plants, and it'll restart your timer, it'll restart your plant food timer, and it'll be ready to go so that you can keep track of what you're actually growing in it now. So to do that, you're just going to use the control panel on the front. Depending on what type of AeroGarden you have, it'll be a little different. Mine's the Harvest Elite Slim, so I'm going to show you how to do it on that one. As you can see, my unit still says 146 days and 10 days remaining on the plant food timer. Since it's all reset, I'm just going to reset that really quick. To do that, I'm going to push the leaf button. I'm just going to select Start a Garden. says 2 easy steps. Set the clock. So it is currently 3:13. My AeroGarden clock had gotten messed up, so it's actually off. If you had just been using it and it was correct, it should have stayed correct from whatever you previously had it set at. And now press to continue. Now it's going to have me select the plant type. I planted a lot of different types in here, so I'm going to go through and see what my options are and then decide which one I think is the best fit for the variety of plants that I've started. There's flowers, veggies, salads, herbs, or 24-hour light. So since I did vegetables and some flowers, I'm going to go ahead and choose veggies. Now the light, this is just going to set how long the light runs. And at the beginning, it doesn't really matter because the plants don't need light until they have leaves. So 16 hours should work well for all the stuff that I've put in there. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Veggie garden set. And now it's back to 0, 14-day plant timer. I can hear the pump turned on and started circulating the water. It is ready to go. I'm also going to take this light and move it all the way down to the lowest setting so that when the seedlings start to come up, they get the brightest light that they can right above the plants. So that's all you have to do to set up your AeroGarden to use the seed starting system. It was pretty easy. It took a little while to get everything cleaned up from having the pods in it, but if I was starting fresh, it would have been really quick and easy to set this up. But even having to clean it up first, it really wasn't that much work. So we're ready to go, and we're going to see how these do over the next few weeks, and hopefully I'll be able to put them out into the garden soon. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and consider subscribing so you can get all my latest videos. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.